Dr. Dua, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Is my audio hearable?
Yeah. Paul? You and yeah, not all people, only who have been admitted in.
Hi, Tony.
Paul?
Yeah.
No, the Paul, the director. Paul, all the people who I can see on Zoom, are they live and can they hear and see me?
Yes, sir.
Oops.
Yes, visible.
Good. How's everyone? We'll be formally starting around 3 p.m.
Yeah, all good, thanks. Can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Good, good.
Yeah, I can see you as well now.
Yes. Tulakan bada. You'll see on this page. Hi, Jasmine. Arjun Manga.
Okay. If I look at that, I've got a nice halo on my head coming up saying TBC. Maybe that might off it, right? Maybe it's that. I think that's better, isn't it?
Can everybody hear me?
Yes?
Yes. Yes, sir.
May I please request you to all go on mute, please? Thank you.
ಅವ್ರ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
May I ask everybody to please be on mute? We are going to start now.
Hello everybody, welcome to the launch of Gopa Foundation. Due to pandemic, this event has to be a virtual one, but on the brighter side, we have our friends and family from all over the world, from New Zealand, Australia, America and Canada joining us, along with our friends and family from the UK. I am Jasmine Dargan, your host for this afternoon. I'm also secretary for the foundation. I'm a GP and I live in Malvern in Worcestershire with my family. We've been here for about 8 years now and we love this place and call it home. Gopa Foundation has been set up in the memory of my mother-in-law Gopa, who has taught me lessons in charity, gratitude, and giving to others, even if we don't have enough ourselves. This charity is to bring her vision to life and keep her spirit alive. We will now look at some photos of Gopa and we'll be joined by Jennifer Dhingra, her niece, who is also working as a junior doctor in the NHS, and she will bring her memories alive for us. Thank you, Jenny.
On the 5th of May 2020, we sadly said goodbye to the kindness and unfaltering joy that was Brajinder Dargan, or as everybody knew her, Gopa. Beloved by her family and friends, Gopa brought happiness to so many people's lives. Always smiling, dancing and singing, she continued to be a shining light of positivity, even in the darkest moments. The eldest of 5 siblings, Gopa was born in the city of Patiala in the Punjab in India. It was here that she excelled in her studies and later went on to study botany, gaining her master's degree from the Punjab University in Chandigarh. During this time, she met her future husband, Dr. Joginder Singh Dargan. They married in 1972 and both went on to have successful careers as university professors in botany. They were also blessed with 2 children and 4 grandchildren. Gopa was a natural teacher and a passionate advocate for the education of children. Alongside her academic career, she dedicated her time to helping uplift the local community by tutoring children from underprivileged backgrounds. She strongly believed that every child had a right to a comprehensive education and deserved equal opportunities in life. Her students remember her as a kind and gentle teacher who had a sense of humour and always had their best interests at heart. The Gopa Foundation was founded to honour her memory and keep her spirit alive by supporting the education of children for a better world.
That was a very moving tribute. It brought so many memories back. Thank you, Jenny, for articulating it so well. It is now my privilege to introduce to you Deputy Lieutenant of Worcestershire, Patricia Bradbury, MBE and Justice of Peace, who has given us her precious time to formally launch the Gopa Foundation. She will now say a few words. We welcome you, Deputy Lieutenant.
Thank you, Jasmine Dargan, for that very kind introduction. My name is Patricia Bradbury, and I am delighted to have been asked by the Lord Lieutenant of Worcestershire, Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Holcroft, to attend this virtual launch. The Lord Lieutenant is Her Majesty the Queen's personal representative in the county. The appointment is made by the Queen for life, though the customary age of retirement is 75. The role is entirely voluntary and non-political. For those of you who don't know, the Lieutenancy is one of the country's oldest institutions, having been set up by King Henry VIII some 500 years ago. The Lord Lieutenant plays an important part in the life of the county and represents Her Majesty the Queen on a wide variety of occasions which merit royal support and which celebrate significant achievement in the public, private and voluntary sectors. He is responsible for royal visits in the county, national honours and awards, and leads the local magistracy as chairman of the Advisory Committee on Justices of the Peace. He has a significant role in the community, with strong links to all the uniformed services, to the business community, to the Church of England and to all other faiths. He also encourages voluntary and charitable activities in the county. His role includes attending civic functions and presiding over citizenship ceremonies. I am one of several deputy lieutenants, also appointed by the Queen, supporting the Lord Lieutenant in his duties. And one of the roles which I have been given, and which I particularly enjoy, is working with the Worcestershire Interfaith Forum, which promotes understanding between the various faith communities. Lord Lieutenant asked me to represent him today because he knows how close to my heart is the welfare of children, particularly those from disadvantaged backgrounds. I have spent most of my life involved with children going through difficult times. Over a period of 10 years, and after having 3 children of my own, my husband and I fostered 40 children through the local authority, some having to leave their home at a moment's notice for short-term homing, others needing longer-term care and support. This experience gave me a unique insight into the difficulties these children face and to understand the support systems needed to help them. I went on to become a magistrate for 34 years, working in the juvenile and family courts, and also became chair of the Youth Support Services, a local charity assisting young people at risk of offending, that Her Royal Highness the Princess Anne is his patron of. Through my work with children, I understand how important an education is for them, whether in this country, in India, or anywhere in the world. Giving children the power of learning provides them with a world of opportunity which maybe their parents didn't have. Engaging with children, encouraging and educating them will put them on the path to independence and broaden their horizons for the future. I have read about Professor Briginder Dargan and her work with teaching underprivileged children, and I am sure she would be extremely honoured to have this trust set up in her memory. On behalf of the Lord Lieutenant, it is my privilege and pleasure to launch the Gopa Foundation Trust, and I wish you every success with the venture.
Thank you very much, Deputy Lieutenant. We appreciate your support and encouragement. Now I welcome the Consul General of India, Dr. Shashank Vikram. He currently represents Government of India in Birmingham. He will now speak a few words. Please welcome Dr. Vikram.
Good afternoon. I extend my heartfelt felicitations and best wishes to Dr. Tony and Jasmine Dargan for the launch of the Gopa Foundation. I understand that this is a charitable institution which is going to work towards children education and empowering the underprivileged youth both in India and UK. I extend my heartfelt wishes for all the success of the organization which has been instituted in the name of Mrs. Briginder Dargan, and my best wishes to all the organizers. I hope in the years to come you are able to extend the helping hand to all the young people in need.
Thank you, Dr. Vikram, for your kind words. It builds our confidence to know that you're behind the Indian diaspora in the area. I now invite Councillor Neil Morton, Mayor of Malvern Town Council, to say a few words. It is so good to know that you have taken keen interest in this local initiative.
Hello, I'm Councillor Neil Morton, the current Mayor for Malvern Town, and it is my pleasure today to be asked to say a few words at the launch of the Gopa Foundation. It is perhaps appropriate that the launch of the foundation takes place in Malvern. as the town for many years has gained a reputation for educational excellence and as a centre for scientific innovation. This foundation, established to honour the memory of Gopa, will provide children from across the globe with the opportunity to receive an education. I know from my own personal experience how important the opportunity to receive an education is. As someone who was taken into care at the age of 4, I was fortunate that I was provided with the opportunity to receive an education, an opportunity without which I'm sure that my life may well have taken a different and perhaps rockier path. I'm also reminded of a proverb that used to be on the wall at my son's primary school, and it has stuck with me all these years. A child without education is like a bird without wings. This foundation will provide children from disadvantaged backgrounds from across the globe the opportunity to receive an education and as a result improve their life chances. On behalf of Malvern Town, I wish the foundation every success in the future and I'm happy to give it my support.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Such a fantastic proverb that education gives us wings. It summarizes the passion behind the inception of Gopa Foundation. None of this would have been possible without the resilience and inspiration of Dr. Joginder Singh Dargan, our dad, who is with us today. He's been a rock through Gopa's fight for cancer. With his care and compassion, Gopa beat the odds for prognosis and was able to travel far and wide and enjoy all her time that she was even under cancer treatment. So I bring to you our dad to say a few words. Thank you.
Good evening, friends. Mrs. Brijinder Dargan, my wife, who was fondly known as Gopa in the family and friends, was born on this day 75 years ago. She retired as professor and head department of botany from a well-reputed college in Chandigarh, India, in 2016 after putting in more than 35 years of service. She was an ardent naturalist and apart from teaching and research in plant sciences to undergraduate students, had a special interest to take the students in the natural surroundings to study the botany in the various locations of Western Himalayas. Gopa was a rare combination of rural and urban upbringing. She was very fond of simple life and was happy to spend her time whenever available with poor and needy people. At Chandigarh, she was very social with groups of friends in college and in the local community where they would meet regularly and discuss ways and means to uplift children from disadvantaged background. While at home, she had almost adopted a boy from a remote village in the Himalayas. The boy continued living in our house and she provided him all facilities and opportunities for the study and his employment. The boy graduated and suitably employed in Chandigarh, so much so that he got married and the couple with their 2 boys continue still living in a special accommodation provided in the house. Gopa worked very hard to help both his growing boys also to have best education. Both boys are well educated now and are very well settled in their respective professions. She was a staunch believer in God and had a daily prayer routine. During my association with her for about 5 decades, I had never seen her missing daily prayers. She was ever smiling and will go to any extent to help the needy. She always wanted her own children to become doctors and serve the humanity. Fortunately, both our children, son and daughter, became doctors to fulfill her dream. One of them, Tony, who is here with us, is my son, is settled in UK and working in NHS. While she was attempting to her all social family obligations with great zeal and spirit, she was diagnosed with breast cancer in the later part of her life. However, she fought it very bravely for 9 years and finally left this world on 5th May 2020. During all these turbulent times, I watched her very closely, performing her duties to the society and giving a message to the humanity to live happily in peace and harmony. There could be no befitting tribute to her than launching Gopa Foundation in UK and Wales on this day on our 75th birth anniversary. The mission of helping in education of underprivileged children without any caste, color and creed will continue as her legacy throughout sincere efforts of the trustees and another members associated with this noble cause. We are continuing our sincere efforts in India as well through a sister organization, Gopa Foundation, which is launched on 8th July this year. Through this, as a first step, we registered about 22 school-going children after thorough screening to receive financial support from the foundation. These include children from age 10 to 18 and were 12 girls and 10 boys. In a simple ceremony, we dispersed some funds to help each of them to their parents. To encourage the students in her studies, a Gopa Memorial Scholarship is instituted in the institution where she worked for 35 years in the basis of the performance of the best student in the natural sciences. 5 such more scholarships are being instituted for the needy students in various schools in the coming time. As the foundation grows, we take up our responsibilities to be with the society and with the children to help more and more. My best wishes here also for the foundation, which is working in UK, and with the good initiative, I wish great success to this foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dad. We love you. And it's so good to see the charitable work Gopa Foundation has already undertaken in India. You are the driving force. I would now like to introduce Mr. Martin Burton, MBE, who has inspired today's events. His commitment to do this event has been unflinching. Martin is a much-loved neighbor, and he gives us wisdom and provides his expert craftsmanship for all the DIY projects we do here. No day is complete if we don't see Martin in the paddock. Mr. Martin Burton, please. Thank you.
You have heard of the passionate interest Gopa had for disadvantaged children, in particular their educational deficits, and you will hear more about that in a few minutes' time. For 10 years, Gopa knew that she was suffering from a terminal disease, and her diagnosis at that time was 2 to 3 years at the most. But she survived a further 7 years, and she lived it to the full extent because she had won this time by the power of her own positive thinking and acting. In the final years of her life, Gopa could be seen walking or sometimes jogging around Tony's garden here in Malvern, silently reciting or chanting her precious scriptures. A wonderful testament to her religious convictions. There is more to this aspect of Gopa. At celebrations or parties, she didn't fade into the background or to be just somebody else who'd gone to the party. She would join in the dancing and the music and the singing, and she'd thoroughly enjoy it. Gopa's love of life is or was infectious, and it inspired others in so many different ways. It came as no surprise after her death that doctors Joginder, Tony and Jasmine told me that it was their intention to create a foundation in the name of Gopa to help the children you have heard about, and would I assist in the process. A strange request for a former policeman, and I should explain that when I retired from the police 30 years ago, I was invited to become the chairman of the Lord Mayor's charity in Birmingham. It's a voluntary position and one that I hold to this date. During this time, I have served 30 Lord Mayors, and consequently that means 30 different nominated charities. They range from civic responsibility in South Africa and covered all national and international charities, right down to the little local needs of any particular area. It is this experience that I bring to this exercise. It's a unique position to tell a psychiatrist what to think and what to do. An unusual cocktail, but we had a lot of fun and enjoyment in the process. Even at times it was casual, over the garden wall, or other spontaneous and, should I say, tipsy moments, but by the same token, I don't drink. It is a privilege to be associated with the creation of the Gopa Foundation. No charity can succeed without its life's blood, and of course I'm talking about the financial donations. Tony will outline the fundraising strategy in a few moments' time, and I'm sure you'll agree it's very laudable and appealing, and I'm sure it will spice up your emotions. Please give within your capabilities to perpetuate the memory, the visions and the aspirations of Gopa. And if you feel so inclined, then double whatever it was you had in mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. I would like to introduce now our trustees who have given up their precious time in spite of working in full-time jobs to be connected to this foundation and overseeing its operations. Say hello to Tony Dargan, Chair of Trustees. He is Gopa's son and my husband. He's a psychiatrist in his day job and he does the information technology for this foundation.
For those who don't know me, I'm officially called Ramandeep Dargan. And as you've gathered, I'm the chair of trustees. I will do utmost to run Gopa Foundation in a fair and honest way. And we are so lucky to have such wonderful trustees who bring their skills and personal qualities to run the Gopa Foundation. It is now my pleasure to introduce you Mr. Omkar Joshi, who is our treasurer. Omkar's balanced approach keeps us on track. Over to you, Omkar.
Hello, yes. So thank you. My name is Omkar Joshi, and I've known Tony for the past 5 years or so. I also live in Malvern, very local to Tony and Jasmine, and I've been here for the past 25 years. I have a strong passion for believing that all children should have a chance of education, regardless of their background or economic circumstances. So I'm honoured to be involved in this Gopa Foundation and look forward to supporting it to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Thank you, Omkar. Next, we have Dr. Ritesh Dua, and Dr. Dua is ever enthusiastic about managing events, and he'll tell himself about it. Ritesh.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ritesh Dua. I live and work in rural Herefordshire as a GP. I strongly believe that education is a basic human right, but many children still do not have the opportunity to learn, especially if they live in poverty. I'm very grateful to be given the opportunity to join Gopa Foundation and to be leading on events and advocacy so that I can do my bit to support education of children for a better world. Thank you.
Thanks, Ritesh. Now, please say hello to Dr. Jennifer Dhingra, whose voice you heard in the beginning. Jenny brings her media and press talents. Hello, Jenny.
Hi there. Are you able to hear me all right? Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for introducing me, Tony. I'm Dr. Jennifer Dengra, and I shall be joining the trustee board as the Media and Communications Trustee. So the Gopa Foundation's empowering message really reflects one of my core beliefs that all children should have the right to an inclusive and comprehensive education, and I'm really honoured to have been asked to join. In my day-to-day job, I'm an NHS doctor, training to be a GP. However, alongside my medical career, I'm also involved in the charity sector. And I've actually worked in the charity sector for over 7 years for various UK charities, including the British Association of Sexual Health and HIV, the British Fertility Society, and relationships and sex education charity Sexpression UK. Working in the charity sector has allowed me to gain a lot of experience in media, social media and communications, and I'm really looking forward to working with the Gopa Foundation, helping to enhance their profile and showcase their fantastic work. So thank you for letting me join. And lovely to meet you all.
Thank you, Jenny. Now, as we were talking, I've just had a message from an anonymous donor who has donated £500. Thank you, anonymous donor. And we have another message from all the way from Palm 34, Jaipur. And they have sent some images as well, which I will try to play if I can. And they are offering up to 7 days of stay in Jaipur in serviced apartment. There you go. Can you see the pictures? Yeah, so they are offering up to 7 days of stay to be had in Jaipur. I will put the details on how you can bid on it on the email, and I will speak to them about the finer details and the small print, and it will all be on website. So thank you, Palm Jaipur. If you want to bid straight away, please drop us an email and we'll process your bids. Email address, info@gopafoundation.org. Thank you, trustees. I'll hand over back to Jasmine. Jas, are you there?
The trustees are spearheading the Gopa Foundation, and I'm really grateful that they are bringing their skills and enthusiasm to the foundation so we can reach the highs envisioned by Gopa. It's a pleasure to work with you all, and we share the vision and the passion. Thank you. We will now move on to our family and friends, starting with Gopa's centenarian dad and mother.
A tribute to the great soul, Mrs. Brajinder Dargan, popularly known as Gopa, from her 100-year-old disciplined father, Sardar Jaspal Singh, 93-year-old religious mother, Mrs. Gunwant Kaur, 67-year-old faithful brother, Dr. Gurpal Singh, and 61-year-old caring sister-in-law, Meena Dhingra, on the occasion of launch of this foundation, which will be a good platform to fulfill her dream of providing education to the needy students. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am thankful for making me part of this seminar. Mrs. Dargan's qualities are beyond expression. As an educationist, she was ready to help children anytime. She was loving, caring, with precious heart. I observed that she was super strong and courageous lady, the way she handled herself till end. No need to tell that she was queen of Dr. Dargan's heart. Love her. Thanks.
Of the day. We at Gopa Foundation are here to let you know about our mom, Brajinder Dargan, who was professor and head of the botany department and was fondly known as Gopa.
It was a dream to educate unprivileged children. Since the base of this foundation is in the United Kingdom and it is an international organization, we really hope we can make the underprivileged children fortunate enough to get the education of better standards.
We love you, Nani.
Wish all the success to Gopa Foundation. Thank you.
We're very happy to be associated with this wonderful foundation, the Gopa Foundation. I had known Auntie for more than 15 years and really seen her helping kids get good education.
You know, I was at a corporate event and I saw these two girls walk up to the stage and to share their story. And what they mentioned was that they're the first time graduates in their family. Nobody in the family has even studied beyond 5th standard. With the help of scholarship, they were able to finish their education and today they are working in a corporate. Not only that, now what they are done is they are going back to their colony and helping more children get educated. This is the power of education. This is the power of quality education. Everybody deserves it. I'm so glad that this foundation is working towards it.
We really hope it could touch more and more lives. Wishing the Gopa Foundation all the very best.
All the best.
It is with mixture of great pride and great sadness that I send this message. I am privileged and proud to be able to honor a fantastic sister and full of sadness that she is no longer with us. Gopa may have been my elder sister, but she was so much more than a sibling. To me and Lali, she was truly a second mother and always looked after us. I particularly remember when Lali and I were studying in Patiala and she looked out for both of us. She even helped us with the pocket money, although teachers in those days didn't earn that much. One of Gopa's defining qualities was her sense of responsibility, both in her personal and in her academic life. She was a devoted wife, mother and grandmother, and her family meant everything to her, and she was justifiably proud of their achievements. Her other great passion was education and the power of education to change lives. Her commitment to this was evident in her own home. Many times I've seen Gopa tutoring the children of her domestic staff. She believed in the power of improvement through education. It is entirely fitting that Gopa Foundation is dedicated to improving the lives of children through education and urge you to support it in every way you can.
I congratulate the Gopa Foundation, which is under formation and going to inaugurate on the auspicious day of 13th Feb. That is our Gopa Penji's. I call her Gopa Ma because she was a mother to me. She always loved like a child, loved me like a child, like her son. And her hug was so warm. And I tell you, she has given me so many hugs that I can live rest of life remembering that warmth from Gopa Penji. And she'll be turning 75. The Gopa Foundation UK is going to form, and we wish that it should grow and grow, and we all together should do good charity and good work worldwide. It's not only UK. I think there are many deserving places and many deserving people. She always contributed to the education of poor children who were sometimes homeless. Even they don't have any, they used not to have any good clothing, shoes, etc. And they were slum dwellers. And I really wish that I be really standing somewhere in this pursuit to do the good. And I wish Gopa Foundation a very good future, so that we all together as a family. We grew in her hands when we were married, me and her younger sister, Harbinder. So basically it was her blessings along with her husband's, Gopa's husband, Dr. Dargan. I tell you, they're fantastic, and their son and daughter-in-law in England, they are so good. You know, I always wish such good siblings to anybody, any family, any parents, so that their name should continue forever. I think if we leave this world anytime, anybody will do anytime, will leave anytime. But the name will only survive if such good foundation work, charity work be done, so that this passes on to the generations with good funds, and this should ultimately, the name should continue, the good work should continue, and the God's blessings will always pour in, always pour in. I wish all the best to the Gopa Foundation, its members, and future of this good charity work. God bless.
Hello friends. It is absolutely gratifying to be associated with such a great organization that is Gopa Foundation. Gopa, my sister, was the eldest of us 5 siblings. She was a complete and perfect package of womanhood. May it be an affectionate daughter in her, a doting mother and grandmother of lovely children, a compatible wife to the core, and a sibling beyond compare. I admire her spirit to always live with positivity and extend a helping hand to the needy in any form, and her contribution in this field of educating somebody is par excellence. 2 sons of her domestic help in their 20s have grown up to be acquiring degrees in economics and hospitality, respectively. I salute her selfless endeavor to help the poor and needy and wish this Gopa Foundation all success in coming times. Cheers to the foundation, but I miss you a lot, my sister. God bless.
Hello and Sasrikal to everyone. 13th of February is a momentous occasion. It is, of course, Gopa Pangji Jinanwasi Madam Kandesi on her birthday. So it's a day that everyone will remember. And we all remember her. We used to, as I said, call her Madam. She had great stature, always smiling. Always khushi hundi si te hasi hundi si. And it was an infectious kind of laughter that she had. And we all remember her so warmly, and she was so friendly. So it's a great day ke sare bachane, all the family, the Dargan family have got together to form a charity in her name, Gopa Foundation, which has great values, very noble values. I'm sure the charity will flourish over time and do a lot of good, which is what she would like to be remembered by. So sorry we can't be there, but our thoughts are with you, and hope it goes well. All the best. Thank you.
I, Sarabjit Kaur, Principal of Sri Guru Gobind Singh College, Chandigarh, am very honoured to share my feelings about Gopa ma'am, with whom I have had a close association of almost 30 years. She had a very charismatic personality and was a lady with immense grace and elegance. A dedicated and totally committed teacher, Mrs. Dargan was deeply respected and loved by her students and her colleagues. She was involved with the upliftment of children belonging to the weaker sections of society. Mrs. Dargan battled her terminal illness with fortitude and resilience. Even during her tough times, she radiated positivity, which was her inner strength. It gives me immense pride to know that her children have carried on her legacy in the form of Gopa Foundation, a charity supporting education of children for a better world. I wish you all the success in this great endeavour.
Winston Churchill said that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. I can't think of a more fitting quote to describe the work that the Gopa Foundation will do. So many children will benefit from this charity, and so many people will benefit by what they contribute to it. Basically, it's a win-win situation. Congratulations on the launch of the Gopa Foundation. I am sure that your work will send positive ripples in the universe, providing education is one of the most important investments that a person can make in another. The foundation will affect changes on a personal and economic scale for those who are fortunate enough to benefit.
Having lived in India and seen some of the deprivation, charities like this are vital in helping people to really make the most of the situation they're in. So on behalf of all of us, we'd all like to say good luck to the Gopa Foundation.
Good luck.
Hello friends, I am Dr. T.S. Nagpal. Mrs. Gopa Dargan was my Masi ji, and she was one person whom I always looked up to because she just followed one motto in her life. That is, things we do now in our life are going to outlast our mortality. Even if she's not amongst us in bodily presence, but her thoughts, her positivity, her intent in whatever she did in the worst adverse circumstances still gives us an inspiration and the power to survive and be the best out of the lot. So I congratulate first of all Dr. J.S. Dargan and Tony and Jasmine Dargan to create such a beautiful initiative in the form of UK Foundation of Gopa Foundation, and they are doing a wonderful job, and we are going to all out support for the foundation in any fashion, and we wish all the luck for the success of this foundation. You're doing a great job, guys. Keep it up.
Hello everyone at Gopa Foundation. We are proud of you for all the work you're doing for education and upliftment of underprivileged children without any consideration for their religion, race or nationality. You are indeed carrying forward legacy of our beloved Gopaji in a wonderful way and fulfilling her dreams. We wish Gopa Foundation great success and good luck.
Best of luck.
Hi Jazz, Tony and all at the Gopa Foundation. We want to wish you well for your inaugural event on the 13th of February.
In a world full of inequality where so many struggle simply because they are born into a situation or a place with limited or no opportunities, it's truly inspiring to find a charity dedicated to helping the most disadvantaged wherever they are and whoever they may be.
Good luck
to you all.
Hi, this is Deep from New Zealand. I would like to wish Gopa Bua a very happy birthday. You will always be a part of us and be in our hearts forever. We miss you and we miss your everyday learnings which you always gave me in my life. I would like to congratulate Gopa Foundation for the great cause they're doing by educating the underdeveloped people. Gopa Bua was always close to education in her life. That was a major part of her life. And what better way than remembering her than doing the cause which she was always known for. I think it's a great effort by the family and friends in supporting the cause and being there. And the best part is that it's got registered in London and we can make it even New Zealand the next one. Thank you everybody for being a part of it and remembering her on her birthday.
Gopa Foundation is an exciting charity supporting children through education. I believe that realising Gopa's dream is going to make such a difference to children's lives, not just in India or the UK, but one day globally. I wish you all the success for your exciting future.
I wish everyone involved a huge success at the UK launch of Gopa Foundation. I passionately support their objectives. As a mother, I know every mother wants the absolute best for their child. That is what excites me the most about this charity. The Gopa Foundation believes in educating children for a better world, all children. The world has never been in more need of generosity and care, and I know that Gopa Foundation wants to make a difference where it's really needed. I wish you the best of luck for today and for the future.
Hi, my name's Kate. I'm a long-term friend of the Dargan family. I've had the pleasure of meeting Tony's mum and dad on several occasions. I've always been struck by how loving and warm and welcoming everybody is, and so I'm delighted that Tony has been able to set up the Gopa Foundation in memory of his wonderful, wonderful mum, to give the children of the new generations the opportunity for education that we've been so blessed to have ourselves. So I'd like to take this opportunity to say well done everybody involved, and I wish the Gopa Foundation a very, very long and successful future. Her light lives.
In memory of my grandmother Gopa, I'll be saying a poem that I wrote. The Gopa Foundation is a wonderful foundation. It helps disadvantaged children in a different nation. I would like to thank all the people who donate. You have made this charity become what it is to date. Gopa was a loving and caring grandmother. There really was no other. And she brought out the best in us, and she would never make a fuss. I remember she fed me and my brother chicken sandwiches. Always made sure we were satisfied, which is something I love and cherish very dearly. To be honest, she spoiled us really. Her kana was the kana of Waigu.
Those who know me know that I'm a huge believer in forming social connections to boost learning and make it fun. I believe that schools should be more than studying all day from textbooks. This is why I'm so confident in the power that Gopa Foundation has to improve the lives and futures of so many children, by placing them in a social situation of quality schooling with other kids who are in similar situations, but each have their own stories to share. I have found that when I was my happiest, I also learnt the most, and thus received the best grades. This created a positive feedback loop. Homeschooling and self-teaching can prepare you for exams. School can prepare you for life.
So good to watch those videos. Thank you so much for watching. I will now hand over the mic to my husband, Tony Dargan, the backbone of Gopa Foundation.
Thank you, Jess. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending upon where you are watching this in the world. Thank you everyone for joining in today and for supporting the event today. Words won't do justice to how I feel at the moment. A lot has been said about Mum, but I still believe we can go further. As a son, I had the pleasure of being brought up by her and of course my dad, whom you have heard earlier on. I do not remember any moments of my childhood that they would have told me of, and it was always a very loving environment. It was such a loving environment to grow in, and this is what Gopa Foundation will aim to provide children by supporting them in a loving and learning environments. Mum had her own ways of making everyone's life special. For example, she was in hospital on May the 4th, 1976, giving birth to me, and she was again in hospital on May the 4th, 2020, wishing me her last birthday wish via a video link. Cruel COVID lockdown meant I could not be by her side, and she had a smile and thought I had turned 50. Now I know I look 50, but I wasn't turning 50. That's how poorly she was. On 5th of May, she breathed her last. On 9th of May, as we were grieving in the lockdown, me and Jess agreed to start Gopa Foundation, and I started developing the website to keep in touch with Mum's memory while shedding tears. On 10th of May, the website went live, and within 24 hours, £1,000 were raised. In 3 weeks' time, we had crossed £5,000 combined in India and the UK. This was way beyond our expectations. We realized the responsibility that came with it. We decided the money raised must be used in a fair, transparent and accountable way, and it must achieve maximum value. After thorough discussions and legal advice, we officially registered Gopa Foundation in November 2020. We agreed to do a formal launch on her 75th birthday, and here we are today. We are filled with immense gratitude that Deputy Lieutenant Patricia Bradbury, CGI Dr. Vikram, and Mr. Mayor of Malvan have supported us. This has motivated us to aim for further newer heights. Gopa Foundation will do all it can to support disadvantaged children, hoping to change the trajectory of their life by providing them with right opportunities, regardless of being in the UK or India, and regardless of any religion, race, or gender. The founder donors must be wondering where the money is being used. The only money spent so far has been cost of setting up and the legal advice. The rest of the money will only be used for the purposes approved by the trustees and within the constitution. As you saw, Gopa Foundation has already supported 22 children in India, and to give you a context, about £100 gives a child a year of good education in India. Again, we will do all we can to realize the dream, but it will only be possible by support from people like you. The link for donation is on the website. You can make bank transfers or use cards. If you would like to set up a recurring donation, please drop us an email. We will soon be launching non-voting membership as well. A grant application policy is in place and approved by the Charity Commission. Within the next few weeks, the grant application form will be on the website. In the meantime, we are spreading the word to various schools and organizations who might need our help and support. I now have immense pleasure to announce that as we have been watching, we've just got a message from Deputy Lieutenant Angela Brinton, who has committed to be the patron for Gopa Foundation. This is a huge honor for us. With Deputy Lieutenant Brinton's support, we will be able to achieve what we hope to do. Once again, at Gopa Foundation, we would like to say a huge thank you to you all and all the guests who have joined in. I would like to say special thanks to Mr. Martin Burton, who has been instrumental in inspiring this event. His commitment to this event has been unflinching. Thank you all. But before we go, I would like to introduce Dr. Harpal Dhingra, whom you have heard earlier on. Dr. Harpal Dhingra is a lovely singer, and he will sing a song for us, and I will leave you with his lovely voice. Thanks once again. I appreciate your support.
दिल का भंवर करे पुकार, प्यार का राग सुनो, प्यार का राग सुनो रे। दिल का भंवर करे पुकार, प्यार का राग सुनो, प्यार का राग सुनो रे। फूल तुम गुलाब का, क्या जवाब आपका, जो अदा है वो बहार है। आज दिल की बेकली आ गई जुबान पर, बात ये है तुमसे प्यार है। दिल तुम्ही को दिया रे, प्यार का राग सुनो रे। दिल का भंवर करे पुकार, प्यार का राग सुनो, प्यार का राग सुनो रे। चाहे तुम मिटाना पर न तुम गिराना, आंसू की तरह निगाह से। प्यार की ऊंचाई, इश्क की गहराई, पूछ लो हमारी आह से। आसमां छू लिया रे, प्यार का राग सुनो रे, दिल का भंवर करे पुकार। प्यार का राग सुनो, प्यार का राग सुनो रे। इस हंसी उतार पे हम न बैठे हार के, साया बन के साथ हम चले। आज मेरे संग तू, गूंज दिल की आरज़ू, तुझसे मेरी आंख जब मिले। जाने क्या कर दिया रे, प्यार का राग सुनो रे, दिल का भंवर करे पुकार। प्यार का राग सुनो, प्यार का राग सुनो रे।